Hi, it's Shelley, and welcome to episode 33 of Snowed, the Michael Snow is a fraud story. So I left off where he's out of the house. My children have packed up his possessions in a moving van and stored it all into a storage unit. So I did hand Mr. Snow the key when he did come looking for some of his possessions. And the look on his face was absolute, utter shock and disbelief. He truly did not think that I would do this. He really thought he was going to come back, and he did try for a while to come back. He really thought he could talk his way around it, and I was done. That was it. This was absolutely over now. So here's just a text message. I was saying to him, I was begging him for money. I was absolutely begging. I could not even buy groceries. Again, the power bill was going to be, the power was going to be cut off. Nothing ever got paid. No amount of money that he got ever went to fully catch up and live a normal life. So I was saying to him, I can't even buy groceries and pay my bills. I'm going to have my power cut off and then I can't work. At one time, I was a successful business person, and look where I am now, Mike. And how did I get here? By trusting your bullshit. And he says, I'm paying the Jeep bills. Well, he never did. How, Mike? How? You can't even afford to pay your phone bill. How much behind is it just to catch it up to bring it on track? He says, stop, full stop. I'm getting money, then paying for it. Well, that, of course, didn't happen. And I know that's going to come as no surprise to you. So I guess it must have been April 17th, days after I forced him out of the house. And he says, hey, my name is Michael. I have a criminal record. I've lied, cheated, and treated people poorly in my life. But I would really like to redeem myself and be your last kiss. Think you're up for it. Hell no. So you can see again, here's where he discovered we were taking the cameras down. My kids did that right away. The same day they packed up his stuff and moved him. They put new cameras up on my house, took his down and put new ones up. He said, are you trying to access the cameras? I said, no, I wasn't. He said, someone is trying. Are they still attached to the house? Nope. Where are they? I gave them to Justin. That's my son-in-law. You can't give them away. I said, why? It's too late. That's thousands of dollars there. I said, good. Maybe I can get some money back before my power is cut off. He said, why are you giving my stuff away? I said, trust me, I'm not giving anything away. I'm selling it. I need the money. Don't sell anything, Shelley. That was his worst fear, that I was going to sell his possessions. So Mr. Snow already has the Jeep at this point, and he's figured out that the plates are no longer in both of our names. So he says to me, if I send you the money to insure the Jeep, how do I know you'll do it? I said, you don't. That's how trust works. It's a crapshoot. Coming from someone who lies for a living, I can understand your apprehension. It would be a bloody shame if someone lied to you, wouldn't it? I'm sorry. I was so funny. He said, why can't you just be normal? I'd really like to be amicable. I said, this is normal, Mike. Unless you send me copious amounts of money, there will be no amicable. This is what you've created. Enjoy. He said, how much is it? I said, how much is what? What you owe me? Lots. Let's start with at least the $1,500 you were sending me today. Which, I mean, he was always promising me, I'm going to send you $1,000. I'm going to send you $1,500. And you can pay your bills. I never saw a penny. I told him I wanted $100,000 by the end of the month. He said, I'm talking about the insurance. I said, and I'm talking about money you need to send me. You want the Jeep insured? I want money. Fair trade. I think considering it's my Jeep you're driving, rent possibly, money in exchange for my ruined credit rating, money in exchange for my lost savings, money in exchange for what, Mike? What is it you'd like from me? Buy it. So basically, if he wanted his possessions back, he was going to have to give me some money. That was the bottom line. You talk a big talk about giving me money every payday, and so far you've given me nothing. I owe you zero. So if there is something you want from me, you'll be purchasing it. Now, he promised money every payday, but he wasn't actually working. So then he says to me, I'll drive it with no insurance then. Suit yourself. I said, awesome. That makes me almost giddy because it was, reported stolen. I said, it's not enough, Mike. Your words mean nothing to me. I want action. And so far you've given me nothing. I have until the end of the month. I have until the end of the month to come up with $120,000. That was for my house. Or I will be forced to move while recovering from surgery. I needed surgery. I will have no income, no business, and no home. And you are asking me to trust your word? No, I will never trust another thing that comes out of your mouth. Too little, too late. You had lots of time to get a job, make money. You didn't. You allowed this to happen to me. Now you will go down with me unless you come up with money. He said, then we'll all go down. No biggie. So this went on a little bit longer, this back and forth, and I want money, I want money, I want money. He says, I'm asking him for money. He said, that's called extortion. I said, it's called a promise. And he said, do your best. What you did to me is called romance scam or fraud. So yes, Mike, I will do my best. Underestimate me. That'll be fun. And he said, do your best. If you think I'll go down alone, you're delusional. Before you F around, you might want to wait till you get my lawyer's letter laying out exactly what you and your family are facing. So here come the threats. And I have to show you this little snippet of a text message from Mr. Snow. He says to me, I'm currently making over $10,000 a month and it will just keep going up. You could have been with me. Problem is that you have a big mouth and had to tell everyone what happened. And now you could never take me back. Honest to Pete, he wasn't even actually working, I don't believe. So there was more messaging going on. I'm not going to bore you with all of it because it's very much the same. I'm asking for money. He's like threatening and saying no. So I say in the meantime, $1,500 to have that Jeep plated. He said, I won't be going down alone. I said, okay, Mike, we shall see about that. And he says to me, your only hope of getting money is me, dumbass. You'll be flipping burgers, remember? I said, chop, chop then, Mike. End of the month. I'm giving you my word. Fuck around and find out. Now run along. You're wasting valuable time. You could be finding money, because he used to say that to people. Run along, run along. Anyways, he says, there's zero money coming. Nobody will lend me that. Nobody. What you're doing is called extortion. It's illegal. No, it was a promise. In the meantime, I knew that Mr. Snow was no longer paying for this Toyota Yaris, and it was Denise who was actually paying for this Toyota Yaris. But we had, in a very short period of time, bonded over, the same experience. And I was in such a terrible place mentally. She literally held my hand and helped me do what I needed to do to start cleaning up the mess he made. So let me also clear something up. When I say, one, we moved all his possessions into a storage unit, and two, he wanted his possessions back. I did keep some of the possessions, mainly because I ran out of time. We only had one day to move his stuff. So we did run out of time. So there were a few things still kicking around the house as well. I made sure I kept anything that still had tags, price tags, things that of value that were purchased with my money that I could sell and try and recoup some money. I certainly needed anything that could help me at this point. The funny thing is that Mr. Snow, with the cameras, don't sell my cameras. There's thousands of dollars there. I paid for those cameras. That's the part he doesn't understand, is that these things don't technically belong to him. He didn't pay for them. He might have receipts that have his name on, but that's not where the money came from. I also have to give a little shout out to the lady who shouted to me on the street in Saskatoon yesterday. I guess that's TikTok famous. Thank you. I was so taken by surprise. I was walking down Central Avenue. I was meeting a friend for a drink yesterday, and somebody shouted to me out their truck window that there's the TikTok lady. Oh my God, I love you. And honestly, you made my day. You made my day. Yeah, it was great. Thank you so much. Thank you.